Because people start to feel like you owe them something.
Facts.
People feel like you owe them something, like you're obligated to do things that you're not.
Yeah.
I work for this money.
Hard.
I work hard for this money. So if you call and tell me, hey, I need $100, and I tell you I don't have it, which I really do have it, I have it for me.
Yeah.
You know, I don't have $100 to give you.
Right.
So, and that's my thing. I feel like I've fallen out with a lot of people because saying no.
Ghetto. Good idea, now we buying merch. That's ghetto. Payment miss. Ooh, the ghetto. Say she quit. Ooh, the ghetto. Late on your rent. Rent is ghetto. New event. Ooh, the ghetto. Invoice in. That ain't ghetto. Money spin. Oh, that's ghetto. Hold on, it's kind of ghetto being a CEO.
Welcome back to another episode of the Ghetto CEO Podcast. Listen, you know over here we keep it raw and unfiltered and give you the real truth behind being a CEO, right? Like there's no school for literally learning the behind the scenes of being a CEO, but we teaching you, okay? I bring you real people that go through real shit, okay? So here today, we got my girl, Kay Savage. She is the owner of Kane Cole. She has created this online fashion boutique that has taken the internet by storm. So I want you guys to meet my girl, Kay Savage.
I'm excited.
Oh my gosh, like this is going to be so good. So let them know who you are. And listen, you came all the way from Louisiana, right?
I did.
You had some stuff to get off your chest, okay? Let them know who you are and how you became this bomb CEO.
I am Kay. I go by Kay Savage.
Yes.
I'm the founder and CEO of Kane Company. It's an online women's boutique. We started out in 2015. Basically, I started selling clothes out the trunk of my car.
Really?
The trunk of my car. I was, when I started Kane Company, I was still living with my mom. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I want to have my own boutique.
Oh,
I want to have my own store. I literally thought I wanted to have a storefront, multiple storefronts. Yeah. But online worked out better for me.
Right.
Yeah,
and so you started it from the trunk. How old were you?
I was 25.
Okay. So you was fairly young. Like, so you was like, did you ever work corporate or anything like that?
No.
Me neither, girl. It wasn't the life for me. It was like, I see this money. Let me go get it. But I think that we have a different type of hustle about us. Yeah. Because it's not like I had a 6-figure check I had saved up to go start this business. So how did you even get like the funding and figure out like what you was going to do with this business? I
started the business with the last $800 I had to my name. I invested that $800. And I'll tell you, the first 2 to 3 years, I was flipping that same $800. Like when you're starting out and people start to purchase things from you, you're so excited that, oh my God, people like what I have to offer. Right. People see me, they want to buy from me. People want to support me. So it's like, you're so excited about the support that you're not even worrying about the money.
Right.
It's like, you don't even see that you're not making a profit.
Absolutely.
And it's like, as I grew bigger, I started to see like, okay, the math not mathing. Right. Something got to change. The math is not mathing. Right. But I was so excited. You know how people say, enjoy the journey. Don't worry about the money. So, and that's me right now. Like, I enjoy the journey. I feel like my business has taken a major turn since the pandemic.
Okay.
I feel like...
Is that like good, bad? Like what you feel like has changed?
Bad.
Tell me more.
I've seen a major decrease in sales. Yeah. And it's just like, damn, like, is this life now? Like, because once you start to make a certain amount of money, you adjust your lifestyle to that money. Yes. To that. So, and that was me. I started, I was the girl who was making the $1 million in 6 months and $2 million in a year. Right. And so I adjusted my lifestyle to that.
Absolutely.
Nobody knew the pandemic was going to come.
Right.
And when the pandemic started, everything was beautiful. It was like everybody was home. Right. We got COVID. Nobody's working. So everybody's home, shopping online. Yep. The money is flowing like crazy. And I'm just like, man, I love this. Right. But then came 2021. I'm like, whoa. Okay, things are slacking up.
Like it's the aftermath.
Yeah, things are slacking up. And then I ended up getting pregnant. It's like my pregnancy was so hard that I couldn't really... I hired models, but it's like things were so hard on me that I couldn't work with the models.
Right.
And I feel like if I'm not there to do everything, it won't work out. And I feel like everybody is so used to me being the face of my brand that they don't adjust to my models, you know? And I'm just like, what am I gonna do?
Right. And I think the thing that I even seen, like I was telling you before we started, like I seen that I was like, okay, it's K, right? But I didn't even realize that you were like, you got an assistant, but you like the one that's running the business.
I run the business. I do everything. And it's hard because I still have a family.
Yeah.
I have 2 kids. I have a fiance. Yeah. So it's like, you know, you have to find balance, you know? You have to be a mom. You have to be a fiance. You have to be a friend. You have to be a daughter. You have to be a sister. You know, and all of that is just ghetto.
No, it's definitely very ghetto. And I think that a lot of times we don't talk about like the pressures of like perfection and the pressures of doing more, because just like you talked about, like as you continue to keep growing, it's like you feel like it should always be up. Right. And so sometimes when you like level out or you like it's a slight decline, you like, dang, what I do?
Yeah, like,
because it's your fault, right?
Right. Is it something I did or this is just life right now? But I'm like, I'm not giving up. Yeah. You know, I'm going to keep going. Yeah. I'm going to keep going because if I did it once, I can do it again. Right. And you know, everybody look at me like, oh, Kay have such good content. Kay always dropping new arrivals. Like she's always on it. But Kay be going through it. Yeah. Like I be going through it. Some weeks I don't make any sales. Yeah. It's some months where my sales are so low. So I'm just like, do I even still want to do this? Right. Like, do I want to go get me a 9 to 5?
Right. Listen, girl, when you find one, sign me up. Okay? It's hard. And I think sometimes people that work jobs, like they also take advantage. They don't understand, like getting a consistent check every 2 weeks I was like, I would love it. Sign me up, right? But even though I say it all the time, being a CEO is ghetto, I wouldn't trade it for the world. Right. And I know that you feel the same way. Like you just wouldn't trade it for the world. But how have you like stayed encouraged during this season? Because like I said, I've experienced the same thing. So you're not alone, sister. Okay. I've experienced the same thing. And it's like, sometimes I just don't want to do it. I be like, yo, y'all can have all of this. Like, I'm good. Because it brings you on so much anxiety and so much stress. But how do you stay encouraged through this?
I feel like God has the last say so. I feel like God is bigger than all of this. Absolutely. And if he did it once, he could do it again. Fair. So I'm just like, he gave it to me once. He gonna give it to me again. Yeah. You know, I'm just like, I'm gonna keep working with what I have. Yeah. You know, I feel like if I start to complain, it's like, why are you praying and complaining? Mm-hmm. You know, if you're gonna complain, you know what? If you're gonna complain, why pray? Yeah. You know, I feel like it's a lot, but I feel like God got my back. Period. And he make a way out of no way when I think things are just at its worst. Right. You know, I'm like, dang, you know, I made it through it. You know, I feel like the trouble don't last always, and yeah, I got to keep going.
And I think that's the thing, like finding the motivation to keep going and like finding the motivation, right? Like really to stay up, right? You know, because everybody's looking at you. Yeah. Your kids looking at you, your fiance, you know what I'm saying? Everybody, like you said, your sister, your mom, like all the things. Like, so how do you balance your personal life, but also business, because you doing all the things in business, but also doing all the things personally?
My family, my fiance, my friends, they're very supportive. So it's like everybody understand. Yeah. You know, everybody understand, like, I can't do this right now because I have to do this. Right. You know, and the bills have to get paid. So I have to work. My fiance has to work. So, you know, we're going to figure out a schedule. Like, hey, you're going to work these days and I'm going to work these days. Right. You know, this is how things are going to work for now until we in a position so where we like, we both can take off. Right. We good. You know, we can hire a team, but it's just like bringing on more people right now is taking away more money. Yeah. So it's like everybody understand, like, you know,
we gotta get it. Yeah. We gotta get it by any means necessary. And one thing that I love too about your story and where you are, like as I was going through like your page and all the things, I didn't see like not one celebrity, you know what I'm saying? Like it was like your real friends, your real man, your real life, you know what I'm saying?
Right,
like,
right.
And I admire that so much because it's like for me, I live in Atlanta, so it's like clout and all of that thing.
Right.
But it's like I want to be with my friends. Like, I want to go play Monopoly and with my real friends that get it, not these fake, like,
and that's the thing. That's one thing I struggle with. And my friend was just telling me that recently, like, everybody look at me like, oh, she bougie. Like, I don't want to be around her. And just like, and I am connected with a lot of celebrities, but I'm not a clout chaser.
Right.
I'm not a ass kisser. You know, I'm not, you know, I treat everybody the same. You know, I treat everybody the same. You know, I feel like Super has done a lot for me for my business. Toya has done a lot for me. Toya Johnson, Toya Rushing, that's my sister. Yes. She has done a lot for my business. And, you know, I appreciate them so much for what they have done, but I'm not on their back like, I want to be Super friend. I want to be Toya's friend. I'm going here just because Toya's going to be here. No, you know, I appreciate what they done. And now it's my turn to use what they done for me and keep going. Yeah. You know, I don't have to try to be a celebrity or anything like that. You know, I'm a natural girl. And I'm a natural girl.
I think that's the sweetness of it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's why I feel like you're going to continue to be blessed. The business is going to be blessed because it's like, I'm actually doing the work.
Right.
Like, cause I'm pretty sure you've seen people like they got businesses, all the things, but you start trying to run it and talk to them like, oh, you know, my conversion rate, and they like, huh? And I'm like, how you got a whole business and you don't know what's going on, right? Yeah. So, and you really doing the work.
Yes, I'm doing the work. Next month will be 8 years I've been doing the work, and I'm just ready to go to the next level. Yeah. I'm just ready to go to the next level. I'm like, you know, it doesn't stop here. Right.
What does the next level look like for you? Like, what are you trying to, like, what's the aspiration?
I need everybody to know about Kane Cole. I need everybody to know. Like, I need everybody to know. If this was 2 years ago, I probably wouldn't be here. I probably would be like, whatever, you know, I'm selling my clothes online. I don't have time. Nah, I have big dreams. And, you know, I want everybody to know about me. Look how I just saw you in Mexico speaking. I'm like, that's goals. You know, I want people to know about me, but I want them to know about me, not just the girl who has the boutique, the girl who gives back to the community, the girl who does a lot for people. You know, I want to be known in a positive light. So...
And you used to do women empowerment events, right?
Yeah, I did.
What happened? Are they coming back? Well, like, what's going on?
Everybody's been asking me, like, I need to put something together. I have a few ladies that I've been working with, like a small mentoring group. And it's like, every time I talk to them, I work with them, they're like, it just makes me feel like, you look up to me? Yeah. Like, me? Like, you're excited about what I'm doing? Yes. Like, you're willing to invest, you know, into me. Yes. And it's just like, man, I gotta do more. You got to. I gotta do more. Like, yeah. And they love me. You know, it's the people that hate me, but it's you know.
We don't care about them.
The good outweighs the bad.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
Listen, y'all heard it here first. Kay is coming back to the streets.
Coming back to the streets.
Yes. No, I love it because one thing I think sometimes when we are going through the bullshit, like, the thing that keeps me encouraged is the other people. You know what I'm saying? The people I'm impacting. Because I've been there. Like, I had an episode with my financial advisor and I talked about my $1 million year. And I talked about like, oh my God, I made $1 million in 1 year. I was so, like, everybody was so excited. But I had so much anxiety because I was like, damn, don't nobody care about a has-been. Like, I got to do this shit again. Right. And again, and again, and again. Right. And then after that first year, like, I'm looking at my bank account like, where the fuck is my money? Like, who stole my money, right? And so, we was running. I tell my students all the time, like, there's a difference between growth and profit. Like, sometimes you have to sacrifice the profit to be able to continue to grow and scale and all the things, right? Definitely. And so it's a real journey. And I think a lot of people don't understand, but I say that to say, when I have those hard times, I'm able to see the people that come up to me, and I promise you, God sent me a sign every time. I could be in here crying, talking to my boyfriend, be like, I don't do this no more. It's crazy. And then I walk downstairs and someone's like, oh my God, you helped me make $50,000 in my business. I'm like, damn, I gotta keep going. You know? So it's like, I think you doing that will also help you continue to be encouraged.
Right. I agree. And it is the people. It's the people that makes you not want to give up.
Mm-hmm. Do you completely feel like your content is trash? Like, you really could take your brand to the next level if you could really figure out how to do marketing, how not to spend all your time online, how to really systemize your social media and get your followers off of social media and into your bank account? Well, listen, I want to give you a free 15-minute content audit with myself and my team. And so we can really dive into your social media page. We can really dive into what you're already doing with marketing, and we can see what gaps you already have. Now, listen, I want to show you how you can work with us, and we can help you fill in these gaps, but you may get off the call and you may feel completely full and you may not need us. Completely fine with me. So what I want you to do is click the link below, book a call with us so we can see if we can work together this year or if you got everything that you need to go to the next level. Let's go. Yeah, you just gotta like really keep going. And I think, so like when you think about like being a CEO is ghetto, right? Like what is the first thing that comes to mind? Like what is the hardest thing that you've battled, or the hardest struggle, or the hardest thing you've tried to overcome? Have you took any losses? Like, what is that thing?
The money. The money is like, people say money change you. Mm-hmm. Money don't change you. Money change the people around you. It makes people feel obligated. Yeah. You know, and it makes people feel entitled. And it just... If I had to choose between just being that girl with the money or that girl without the money, I would choose that girl without the money. Because having money, people change and people treat you differently. Yeah. You know, people put it on you like, oh, you know, she got money. She thinks she's this. She thinks she's that. No, you think I'm this. You think I'm that. You know, and I went through a lot with friends and family behind money. Money they think I have because of the lifestyle I live. Right. And that's one of the hardest things that I deal with. The money part. The money part. Like when you're growing and you see that money coming in and you just want to tell the world like, oh, I made $1 million. You know, I have to let everybody know. But I'm here to tell everybody, start keeping things private. You know, what happened to make you feel like you couldn't share with your closest people? Because that's what we want to do. Because people start to feel like you owe them something. Facts. People feel like you owe them something, like you're obligated to do things that you're not. Yeah. I work for this money. Hard. I work hard for this money. So if you call and tell me, hey, I need $100, and I tell you I don't have it, which I really do have it, I have it for me. Yeah. You know, I don't have $100 to give you. Right. So, and that's my thing. I feel like I've fallen out with a lot of people because saying no. Right. When people are so used to you saying yes, they don't handle no well. 100 yeses, but one no. Yeah. And then they mad about the money. Yeah. And that's one thing I struggle with. Yeah. You know? And I think that goes into like entrepreneurship is very lonely. And I don't think that people talk about like the loneliness of being an entrepreneur. And your fiance is an entrepreneur as well? Now he is. Okay. Now he is. Yeah. So y'all probably could like share war stories now. Right, you know what I'm saying? But even like my boyfriend's an entrepreneur, but still he don't always understand like he has empathy, but he doesn't understand what's happening because we have two totally different business models. Right. And I think that people don't really talk about entrepreneurship being lonely. Have you felt like that? Yeah, I feel like that a lot. I feel like coming into this year, I was like, I don't want to deal with no BS. Yeah. And I got to a point in my life where I always see people say, don't dim your light for others. Mm-hmm. I did that a lot because I always wanted to make everybody around me feel comfortable. Yeah. So it's like I would lie about my finances. I would lie about my life. I would try to make things seem worse when it's actually good because I want my people around me to feel comfortable. Yeah. I don't want people to feel like, oh, Kay is the only one in the group with money. Kay is the only one around with money. And, I don't want to be around her because, I can't handle her success. Right. So it's like I got to a point where I want to make everybody feel comfortable. So I'm going to say I'm struggling too.
Yeah.
I'm going to say things are hard for me too when things are actually good for me.
Right.
And I don't want to live like that.
No.
I want my friends, my family, everybody to be comfortable around me. I want everybody to be okay with the fact that I'm doing good and they're not at the moment. And that was one of the things I'm like, I'm not going into the new year like that. Yeah. I'm going to pop my shit. And whoever going to be around, they're going to be around. Yeah. Whoever's not, they just got to go.
Facts.
Because I don't want to be that girl who just like, I'm faking my lifestyle. It's fake. Like, I'm sitting on the phone telling my friends, oh, I ain't make no sales today. Things are hard. I didn't make $20,000 today. Yeah. But it's like, I'm being fake. I'm not living,
Right. And you can't
I'm not being
share.
Me. Right, right.
Because it's like, you're proud. You know what I'm saying? And imagine your proudest moments have to stay silent.
Yep.
That's hard.
It's very hard. It's very hard. It's like, I don't even call people no more and be like, this is going on with me because I know other people have things going on. Mm-hmm. So I don't want to be calling like, oh my God, girl, this just happened for me. Mm-hmm. And, my friend is over there going through a divorce.
Right, right.
Or my friend is having a hard time with her business. So it's just like, you got to keep a lot of things to yourself and you got to keep going. But I have a heart for people. So I'm just like, what do I do? Right. What do I do? Do I stay away from my friends? Do I still talk my shit? Or, what do I do? And it's hard when everybody around you is not on the same level.
It's very hard. And what I think I've done is that I had to separate the communities, right? Like I have a community. If I can't call you, and I was just like, if I can't call you when I'm sad, if I can't call you when something happening, like I need to be able to, like, you are my friend, right? But I separated them. Like I got my business friends that I know, like they might be more successful than me, right? I can ask you stuff, whatever. But then I got my friends that I know from back home. Like I literally had a best friend. Like this is my girl. Like I love her kids, like all the things. And we literally couldn't be friends because I felt like it was friction. When I kept going up and then like she was experiencing things in her own life and it hurt. Because people don't talk about the heartbreak behind entrepreneurship and how like I'm doing more, I got this, whatever. And then like everybody else is like not trying to be here for you. And it's really things that you have to really overcome. So how do you feel like this year, you said you're not doing it this year, right? Like, how do you feel like you're handling it this year to find the community and the space you belong in and that you're welcomed in?
I feel like I just had to back away. Yeah. I had to spend less time worrying about people, worrying about reaching out to people, worrying about if I'm going to talk to people, and I focus on me. I feel like the whole 8 years in business, I never really focused on me. I was more focused on how I could help everybody around me. Yeah. Like, that's my thing. Like, my main prayer was when I come up, I want to do this for my family. I want to do that for my family. But I was never really focused on what I'm going to do for Kay. So now I feel like it's all about me. Yeah. Everything is all about me. I'm doing whatever I want to do. Whatever comes to mind, I'm doing it. I'm not, you can't come, I got to go by myself. Right. I got to do what I have to do for me. So me not having to worry about, if my friend is going to be like, well, I can't make it, I can't do it. And I just avoid calling and asking. I'm like, because I can feel where it's going. Right. And I know this is not going to be the answer I'm looking for. So I got to do what I got to do. Yeah. I can't sit and wait around to see if people going to, how do I want to say this? If people going to, what I'm trying to say.
They gonna come along. Like,
they gonna come along. If people gonna work around my schedule.
Right.
Because a lot of people feel like that's her business. That ain't my business. You know, I got my own going on. Yeah. So, yeah, I feel like I went through a lot of drama, like personal drama last year, and it put me in a very bad space. And I was like, man, I can't have another year like that.
Yeah.
Like, it affected my business because it was like, I was so angry and upset till I'm focused on this drama.
Yeah.
This is what I'm focused on right now. So I'm not even focused on my business. So things are going downhill with the business because the drama and the negativity have me so caught up at the moment. So I'm not even doing what I need to do for myself. And I didn't like it. I didn't like it. And I promised myself I would not be that girl again. Because I was cutting up on social media. I was cutting up. And I'm just like, I don't want people to see me like that.
Right.
I don't want people to be like, oh, girl, that's the girl. She be cutting up on social media. She always got something going on.
Yeah.
I don't like that. So I promised myself I would never let nobody get me out of character again. Especially nobody who's not on my level.
Come on. So how do you feel?
I feel good.
Like, about, like, now you feel, like, how do you feel about all the stuff? Like, now you feel good?
I feel amazing. I feel like I'm in a good space.
Yes.
I'm in a good head space. You know, I feel like I have the right people around me right now. I feel like I'm connected to the right people right now.
Absolutely.
And things are just, man, I've been in prayer. I've been in deep prayer, like, God, you got to turn some things around.
Absolutely.
You know, you do your part and I'm going to do my part.
Facts.
And I feel like I'm good right now. I can honestly say I'm happy. For a long time, I wasn't. I was faking my happiness. Not just my relationship and things like that, just overall happiness with everything, the way everything was going. Yeah. But now I'm good. I'm good.
And I think that's the thing with, as the entrepreneur, like why I said it was like very lonely, because sometimes you don't even feel like you can tell the people closest to you, like, how you really feel. Like, how, like, and then sometimes you don't even know how you feel.
Right.
You're like, I'm just mad as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't even know what's going on. And I think, too, a lot of it, because you grew up in your business like I grew up in my business. And a lot of it is like I'm growing up as a woman, but I also have to grow up, like, and do this business, right?
Right.
Like, I got to figure out how to be tapped into me and my traumas and all of that. Like, I'm learning that, but I also got to learn, like, about these customers and what they want. And then now, you know, all the things. Yeah. And so it's like so much that you're trying to balance at the same time.
And especially by yourself.
Right.
Like, it is a lot. Like, everybody just like, oh, you know, I want to start a business. Because they see the luxury of it. Like, oh, these girls with these boutiques, they driving nice cars. Yeah. They, you know, they all cute on social media. They posting their nice pictures. But it's a lot that come with that. Mm-hmm. Like, running a boutique is not just about going and buy some clothes and posting it on the internet.
Yeah.
You can post 100 pieces, but you don't have the audience. Mm-hmm. You don't have the look. Yep. You know, you're not delivering well. You know, it's a lot that comes with not just a boutique, running a business, period.
What was one of the learning curves that you had when you started your business? Or did you even feel like you still learning?
I'm still learning every day. Yeah. Every day. It's like I look to people like you. You know, like, I want to learn. You know, I see she I like what she's doing. Mm-hmm. I like the things that she's putting out here. You know, I'm still learning. I'm still learning. Yeah. I'm still learning.
Do you feel like, where do you feel like right now in your business is the biggest struggle? Like, do you feel like, okay, because for me, and I'll tell you a little bit of mine, right, was at first, I'm really good at marketing. Really good at marketing. Like, I can market, sell, make money. I can sell a potato bag. You know what I mean? But the other side of, like, the customer service, the this, the that, I don't like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's not my vibe.
Right. I think it's the same for me. The customer service, I don't like it either. Yeah. It's like you want to make the money. You want to do the easy part. All the other stuff, you want to leave it up to somebody else.
Yeah, you're like, ooh, Lord,
like, I don't. But, yeah, I think my thing is social media. 3 years ago, all we had to do was post a picture and go. They want us to make reels. They want us to have all of this bomb content. Yeah. It takes a lot to sell a piece now. Yeah. It takes a lot, and I think that's my struggle right now, social media. Like, I got to get the content and the marketing down pat. Yes. I feel like I do okay.
You do good. And it's like, yo, first of all, like I said, me going there, I was like, dang, Ep.5 every day. Like, sheesh, right? But it's like, it's the consistency. But like you said, the algorithm is always changing. It's always something going on, and you gotta stay on top of it as a CEO. Like, the CEO has to be one of the best marketers in the building, like, for sure, hands down.
I agree.
And it's hard to keep up with it.
It's very hard.
So what do you do to, like, keep learning, keep because somebody's listening to this and, like, I am Kay and Kay is me, right? Like, they are really like, girl, I don't like that social media either, right? Like, so what are you doing? Because you know you got to do it. Like, it's not even a question because you still posting, you still taking a picture, so what are you doing to adapt, basically?
Man, I read books. Mm-hmm. I'm on social media all day just looking at people who's in the same industry as me. Mm-hmm. How are they marketing their brand? And how could I do something similar without copying or stealing? You know, so I'm always looking at other things. You know, I'm always brainstorming, like, let me do this. Let me try this. Mm-hmm. You know, I'm going to try this and see how it works and how they love it. But my thing is, the things I put all my time and energy into, the feedback is not what I expected.
Right.
But when I'm just like, okay, whatever, let me post this up here. You know, like, okay, let me go ahead and take this picture standing right here about it. That's amazing.
Yep.
It does amazing. So now I've learned that just let it flow. Just let it flow. Stop beating yourself up. Stop being so hard on yourself about the things you're doing, because people love the natural K. The down-to-earth K, the transparent K. And I'm over here trying to be perfect K. Right. The perfect K, things are not working out for the perfect K. Things are not working out for her.
It is not working at all. I love that. So what do you feel like is the best advice that you've gotten as a CEO?
The best, stay consistent. Stay consistent and don't worry about the non-supporters. Worry about the people who are supporting. Whether your family is not supporting you, your best friends are not supporting you. Focus on the people who are, the strangers. Focus on those people who are supporting you and stay consistent. I feel like staying consistent is like one of the best advice I could give to somebody. Like, you can't start this, stop, and then come back 3 months later.
Facts.
Doing it again. And then you're stopping again because you didn't make no sales this month, so you're going to come back a year later. Right. Nah, you have to keep going with what you have. I don't care if you at your last dollar.
Facts.
You have to keep going. And you have to pray. Like, we can't do nothing without God.
Absolutely.
Like, we can't do nothing. And that's me. I'm a strong believer in praying. Like, no matter what, just and praying like when things are good, praying when things are bad.
I'm a double pray. I got, and like you said, like, you can't pray and complain.
You can't pray and complain. Like, you know, it's like me going to God and be like, oh God, I need $5. Oh, them $5 ain't gonna do nothing for me, but I'm still gonna ask for. Like, no, like, you have to get up and do some work. Like, okay, you done said your prayer. God gonna do his thing. Now you get up and do you. But you just laying around steady complaining and praying at the same time. That's not making no sense. No. It's not making no sense at all.
Right.
Like, if I'm gonna complain, I'm not gonna pray.
Exactly. Facts. I love it. So what can we expect next for Kane Cole? Or listen, y'all, Kay is coming on to, we're doing a tour or something, right? So I'm actually coming back to Atlanta because I want to work on some bomb content with Rolling Banks. I don't know if you know Rolling Banks. Yeah.
That's what's up next for me.
Okay.
Some content with him. I love his work. I love everything about him.
Yes.
And just popping my shit.
Period. Big K, not the little one.
Yeah.
I love it. Well, thank you, Kay, for coming on the Ghetto CEO Podcast. Listen, y'all better look out for my girl, okay? Because she is coming to take over. 2023 is about to be a year, and I truly feel it. I touch and agree with you, and I can't wait to see the next level. Like, I think that when we go through stuff and we fight through it, the next level has to be greater.
It has
like,
to
there's
be.
No way, Lord, you done brought me this far to leave me here. Right? So I know the next level is going to be amazing. But thank you for coming on the Ghetto CEO Podcast.
Thank you for having me.
Listen,
girl.
You flew out.
Girl, look. Caught a flight with my girls. We out of here.
Period. Okay. I love it. So listen, y'all got to stay tuned to the next episode of the Ghetto CEO Podcast. But listen. If you're watching over here on YouTube, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, or sign. Okay, send it to some friends. But you watching on Apple Podcasts or wherever you are, make sure you leave us a review because reviews are important. And I cannot wait to see you on the next episode of the Ghetto CEO Podcast. Peace out.